Confetti Club, it is Pixie. This video is a partial vlog, part Q&A, all about drag and DID and our upcoming show, how we work together as a system to work creatively on projects and stuff and be professional working artists as a plural. So I'm really excited. I have some shots here that I want to put at the start and do some voiceover for, and then there's a big juicy makeup tutorial rundown / Q&A at the end. So I'm really excited. This has been super fun. As I'm filming this, the show is in 6 days. It's the 19th, so I'm really excited and I want to show you guys what we've been working on. I have 2 different little speed paints here that I want to talk over. This one you can also see there's like a very clear switch in it. I think it's from Flora to more Jer with a sprinkle of me, but it's really weird. You can see we're going in with this we're using the straighten tool to make all the lines very like perfect and straight, and it's kind of more like geometric shapes. And then that gets scrapped, someone writes hello, and then the sketch style is much different and much more smooth. So for our first performance look ever for Villainy Swells, we wanted to do like a Freddy Krueger sort of style sweater, but more of a sweater dress and with lots of more kind of sensual, stylish flares. I wanted a cold shoulder, and it was really important that I am able to raise my arms up all the way too. That's why the sleeves are designed in a way where I have full mobility of my arms. You can see we've sketched in this amazing snake belt. This was a very lucky, perfect thrift store find. We were literally looking for belts for this look. Snakes are very part of Villaony's imagery. It's Jer's symbol that he uses to sign off, so we were really stoked to find this belt. I'll show you guys how we paint that over later. We made it from gold to silver. So yeah, this is our fashion sketch for Villainy Swell's first performance look. Now let's get into the construction of the garm. You can see here it's pretty far along. I'm just finishing up the sleeves. It's been many nights working on this on our couch, and now it is fully done and beautiful. It looks just like the sketch, honestly. Having it on, it moves beautifully. It's a perfect little dancey number. And I'm really pleased with, I think, even though it is a dress, I think it's a good level of kind of androgyny. Definitely meant to be worn with a binder. It's got this high neck and kind of a wider shoulder. And then it's flat chest, and it just swerves out. The belt, I mean, with my figure, I have a very hourglassy figure, so any dress on me definitely becomes femme looking, but we're working with what we got, okay? Before we dive too deep into the video, I want to give a big thank you to Kara for sponsoring this video. We have made several lifestyle changes since about the start of the year that have been really just trying to be a bit more healthy for our body and our mind, mostly our body, and Kara has been a really big helpful part of that. Carev is a subscription service that ships you high-quality, personalized vitamin packs suited for your needs based off of a quiz every month. I love a quiz. You know I love a quiz format. It makes it so easy to find out exactly what I need, what will help me, those kind of spots in my day that are missing. Carev offers vitamin supplements and powders, and after you do their quick quiz, it will match you up with what is perfect for you. And you probably didn't even notice because it's so stylish, cute, and chic, it just blends right in. They come in these little packs, which are a plant-based compostable film. That's compostable, okay? Not recyclable. This is so much better. Also, it's just precious. They come in these little packs with your friggin' name on them. Mine say Jillian. And so I just take one of these a day, and it contains all kinds of helpful stuff. Cranberry pills I need to be taking daily. I know these ones are fish oil. Hello. My dad used to take these, and I was like, fish oil? What are you doing? And now, look at me. Oiling the fish. You guys probably remember Carev, and I did another little integration last year, and the cool thing is that you can always retake your quiz and update, you know, if your lifestyle patterns have changed, if your needs have changed, if your diet has changed. So this is actually a slightly different arrangement of pills than the last time. I love Carev, their compostable packs, their quizzes that make it super easy. This preciousness, the preciousness of it all. Yeah, I love Care of. It's been a really wonderful addition to my daily routine, and I recommend them for you. And we have like a really wicked deal. If you guys take Care of's quiz and use my link down below, you get 50% off your first order with Care of. 50. Oh. So yeah, thanks so much to Care of, and let's get back to the video. Here is the belt. I asked my friend who did metals and fashion at the same college as I. Since she did the metalworking jewelry course, she knows all about jewelry and metals and things. So she gave me some advice on how I could get this from gold to silver. At first I was like, what if I just dip it in like acetone or something? Will it like fry off the fake gold? No. I'm just making up science. That's not how that works. And she was like, you should try a very fine sandpaper, a wet sandpaper. And I did that, and yeah, that didn't work. She also said that might not work. And she said, you may just want to spray paint it silver, and that's what we ended up doing. So yeah, I just tape up the belt so that the black belt doesn't get spray painted silver. It's not a perfect science. You just gotta get her covered. I took her outside. I literally spray painted it for like 10 seconds, and Bob's your friggin' uncle. Look at the guy. Now with the belt done and the sweater dress done, I arranged it all on a mannequin, and it was so fun to see it come to life. I have a couple other different necklaces since I filmed this bit that I made to go along with this look. So there's lots of jewelry, lots of metal accents, and there's our first villainy performance fit. Look at it. Oh! I will never get over seeing creative projects come to life, especially when it's a fashion thing. So it's always such a fun, heart-filling moment. One last thing before we jump into the Q&A, I also did a makeup face plate speed paint thingy. I found that whenever we sit down to do drag makeup, I'm impatient. I have attention span troubles, you know. I get sweaty and I get bored. I actually saw Venus Envy made a TikTok where she talked about how, yeah, on average she spends like 2.5 to 3 hours doing her drag makeup. And I was like, I'm here getting like sweaty and annoyed after an hour and a half. I was like, I just need to like make a cup of tea and sit down and get comfortable and like take my time and commit to it. So I thought it would be really helpful if I planned out what I want the full finished look to be, with all the bells and whistles and the underneath the eyeshadow and the extra little spiky spike, so that I don't just, you know, sit down and do what's good enough and then go, okay, I look like I'm in drag. No, I want to augment. I haven't actually recreated this look on my face yet, so that will be fun. But here's my plan. Hi. I wanted to do a makeup, like a drag makeup proper sit down little video. I feel like I've done quick little bits of doing my makeup in other videos, but I want to actually like talk about the products and the routine, etc. So if anyone wanted a tutorial on like how we do drag, this will be helpful. Okay, it is Jill and Jer. We just woke up, so we're quite blended. I don't know how long I'm gonna be hanging around here, especially when the makeup gets going. Like it might just be Jill, so nice seeing you folks. First step of pretty much any drag routine is gluing down your eyebrows if you have eyebrows. This is like the only product you'll ever see anyone use, so I'm not really breaking any new ground here, but I saw that Trixie Mattel does that thing with her tongue, so obviously I will do every single thing she ever does. I want to start with this one because it's pertinent to literally today's video. Very uneducated, so my apologies, but when you want to work on a project that a certain part has skills / ideas for, can you ask them / trigger them to get to the front, or do you have to wait for the right combo to front before doing certain parts of projects? Thank you, her name is Becca. That's not offensive at all. That's a wonderful question. Literally, we've been trying to film this little drag video Q&A thing for 3 days. And we were just too dissociated, or the right parts weren't around. We could not ground. We were catatonic. And even today, like, Jill really wanted to just take this on. And even this morning it was a little bit Jill and Flora, and I'm like, it's Jill and Jer, and I'm just like, I'm a little uncomfortable. I feel a lot less comfortable in front of the camera, because I'm not as social. I don't know. I don't like to, I don't know. So yeah, and you can kind of try to ask and trigger. We've had to kind of do that our whole lives. Let me keep gluing. Like in the past, I literally like friggin' flew to Japan alone and was on a TV set with like a bunch of people like that in a foreign country. So like it would have been really bad if all of a sudden I was just like, hey, what's going on? Like, hey. And like they like just so not the personality they're expecting, or if I was like goo goo gaga like I'm a baby, that would be really bad. We worked at Claire's Accessories and a candy store and never like fully had our like 4 to 6 year old part come out. So DID is meant to protect you, thank God. And yeah, if you have things planned and scheduled, then parts can really be expecting it. Like when I went and flew to Japan and did Kawaii, I was so prepared for it and I was counting down every day, so I knew that was gonna happen then. It's a mixed bag. It is unpredictable, and we are learning this one day at a time. Do all of you guys, the adult alters, know how to do makeup? That's from Vande Chuida. Oh, I did not say that right. I'm so sorry. I actually have no idea. We tend, depending on the thing, we tend to have a pretty good amount of like muscle memory that transfers over. There are parts that don't know how to do like the math and the theory of like fashion pattern drafting, but most of us can like at least run the machine. We don't all have the same knowledge on how to like set the tension and whatever. I started talking about sewing, sorry. I know it better from sewing because I did college, but for makeup, actually there was one TikTok from before I was even diagnosed where I really dissociated and I like came to with this weird half-baked face of like a big flower. It was very crusty and like not well done. I think that was a little miss. I think that was a little lady. So I guess long answer short, I feel like most of us could manage something to varying degrees of success and polish. My foundation is the Benefit Hello Happy from Fugs Lovely. Since creative expression tends to be motivated by inspiration, which can be unpredictable, does anyone in the system struggle to find time for a chance to be creative? Or anyone disinterested in expressing that way? Looking forward to the video. Yeah. The main folks in our system, it's a lot more Jill now, I'm sorry, we are switchy switch McGee. The main folks in our system that like to be creative are me and Jer, who I think is still around here somewhere. Anyway, whatever, sorry, we're a mess. And honestly, Jer and I both front most days. I look like I have the funniest beard or something. We have actually been keeping track of our switches with a very handy dandy like new method where everyone just has a color-coded crayon and we draw little wiggles. And so you just see like a color-coded wiggly rainbow thing, and then you can see like, there's a lot of green wiggles, or like, there's a lot of pink wiggles, what's going on? Or like, why does the blue wiggle always happen after the yellow wiggle? I was inspired after I finished the like DID tracker blanket thing, because to remember our switch patterns for that, I used the color-coded crayon thing that went with the yarns. Anyway, there's definitely a bit of a struggle to find enough hours in the day for like so many folks. So yeah, the ones that like to be creative, me, Jer, the little one, you know, loves to make necklaces and sticker book and make crayon masterpieces, etc. Veronica likes to make horny TikToks. That's art, right? We also just have a lot of responsibilities that have to come first, like commission work or things for like shows or like things for videos that have like sponsorships, you know, when there's an actual other person involved and it's not just like me floating around in my home. Also, if you can see all the foundation on my eyeball, just don't worry about it, you know? Oh, I kind of talked about this before, but yeah, Casey Pablo asks, I know y'all went to school for fashion design and all that. Have you noticed any kind of skill transfer / deficits between alters? Like maybe one of you is better at sewing, or does one of you have a more keen eye for details, etc.? Yes, we can't work unless I'm at least around. And if I'm co-con, like below 50%, we like using percents, because for us it's very easy to tell, like I'm about 20. It's like 20, 80 or whatever. Like I mentioned earlier, most of us can like kind of work the sewing machine. Like especially Jer did a lot of cosplay back in the day on like literally on a sewing machine from Walmart on the floor. But like we saw in the previous video, some of the top stitching is not a beautiful, even, you know, there's some finesse that makes it very clear that it's home sewn, whereas now after college I can make things that look a bit more like, ooh, this could be in a store, what? A finished garm? Okay, I'm finally foundationed. Foundations of Decay, My Chemical Romance. The other two products I use for my face are the Kimchi Chic, the Most Concealer. This is the white. I love this thing. It has a goddamn little brush on the end. And this I've only used a couple times. I literally have never contoured and my face is like oh so very moon-like. So like I should really, I was like, what am I doing? I literally want to be a drag queen and I'm not cream contouring, like come on. So I'm just gonna be like, ooh, sure, yeah, ooh. At Discount Teeth asks, do any alters do drag besides Jill and Jer? Does your little help? We have kind of established little teams. Like if you were in a class, a teams for a group project, you know? So for Villainy, at least for our first drag show coming up, the overall creative vision and the purpose of expression is all Jer-centric. The music, the fashion, the dance style, the aggressive passion. It's going to be a very different style of like dance than my Pixie Daydreams drag persona, which is going to be a lot more like jumpy pixie. Like if you guys saw my like 6% runway, I literally am like just like the bounciest little bouncy ball. But then, like I was talking about, also on Team Jer for Villainy, we have Veronica. Of course, she is sexual and social protector. Drag often can be, you know, have some sexual euphemisms, etc. I know this is a big debate going on in the world right now, but sometimes at drag shows there can be, like booby, you know, the adult ones. Not all of them, but some of them. Jer is asexual and sex repulsed, like really doesn't like to hear about it or see it or like can't really respond. If you make like a sexual innuendo and it's Jer, we'll just be like, whereas I will chortle happily. Anyway, and also Veronica to help with like the social laid backness. She does not care about what people think. She does not care about haters. She does not care about like any of the insecurities I have. She's like the embodiment of if you like had several glasses of wine. She's just like, everyone's my friend and everything's fine and I'm a diva and I slay. Like, okay. And while Jax is still relatively new to the system, she split like a couple months ago now, but Jax is specifically a split off of Jarek to be a social protector and physical protector. So she is also very, very game for performance. She is partial fictive. Like she takes a lot of traits from 3 different characters. I don't want to go into it too much here, but anyway, one of the songs we're doing is by one of the characters she's a partial fictive of, so like we're very excited about that. Does our little help? No, but she probably will with the Pixie Daydreams stuff. Flora will also probably help with the Pixie Daydreams persona. Like today we are doing some Pixie Daydream stuff. It's just for a J Fashion meetup, but like Pixie Daydreams is my like rainbow pixie drag name. So yeah, we have like soft little teams. There's Jer and Veronica and Jax, and then there's me and Baby Smalls and Flora, and then there's Cliff, who's like the angel who helps us all with paperwork and like writing down the time and the date. That looks so crazy in the camera. Hello? Why am I giving like Colonel Sanders? Lee Howe asks, other than drag, what kinds of creative projects do y'all use? Do different alters have different favorite types of creativity slash art medium slash ways to express? If so, who likes what? Love y'all from a newly discovered system. Thank you. Yeah, I mentioned that slightly briefly earlier. Jer really likes to crochet. It's, you know, you can make all kinds of beanies and punky things and sweaters. We crocheted our drag look, which that's in this video, so you'll see that. So we worked on that together. That's me and Jer are the crocheters. One morning I came downstairs and I picked up literally that project, and I had to undo like 2 rows of stitching because someone, Miss Veronica, was trying to be helpful, a helpful sweetie, but God, the tension, everything was wonky and loose and like here and there were like 5 different just fully skipped stitches all throughout it, and I was like, oh, someone else was crocheting this, what? So that was kind of funny. I don't know if that means she enjoys it or if she was just like, it was just there and she was like, Setting with the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder. I love this product. It is wonderful. It has a heart-shaped thingy. Isabel Dorothy 01 asks, is there anyone in your system who does not enjoy performing and it does not come naturally to them? Is it likely for you guys to switch while performing? Hope these aren't invasive. Love everyone in the Pixie system. Not invasive at all. This is like a perfect question. Literally, I've been meaning to talk about this because I'm scared. Because I don't know. Because I've performed a lot on stage before, but it was all before I knew about my system. So your system's working behind the scenes very covertly to protect you and not even let you know that you are multiple. So, you know, parts come in here and there and help with passive influence. It's a lot less likely to have like a full switch for no reason. Like, I'm thinking when I did Mary Poppins in high school, like, can you imagine if I just suddenly was like, what's going on? I don't care about this. You would have to have a trigger for that, right? But now that we are diagnosed and our system is like very much talking to each other and our head is like very chattery all the time, which did not used to be quite the case. It was more like an internal dialogue of 2, and now sometimes it's like 5 folks all screaming. I don't know. All I can do is really hope and prepare, and like we tried to have the little teams thing going, so even if we're co-con, like everyone knows what's going on. So we are preparing Veronica, Jax, Jer, and I, all with the choreo and performance and stuff. Everyone in the system is aware, even the little. We explained it in like very soft, small terms. But it's still a worry I have, because I don't have full control. Like, I'm just a passenger in this van like everyone else is. So yeah, the teamwork group project scenario is what we're trying to do to help prevent like baby smalls coming out, and My Chemical Romance is playing and she's just like, okay, the face is foundationed, concealed, the concealer highlight thing, a little contour. That doesn't look horrible, does it? It says truly, truly embarrassing. Probably my 3rd or 4th time ever contouring my face. So be nice! I'm 24 years old. Oh, I have a sticker trick. I'm going to do my blush. I take 2 little sweeties. The blush I'm using is the ColourPop Shortcake. It has little straws on it. Are you freaking kidding me? And it looks like it was exploded. Galaxy System 0 asks, do people in the system have different drag styles? We have different clothing styles, so we'd assume this would transfer to drag. Does anyone not like drag? A great question. So yeah, we have 2 drag personas, and we're kind of working together as a system to realize them. Jarek and I are definitely the ones who want like a persona, you know? Like we're creating like a drag character almost. And like Veronica, I think, is just happy to help and happy to be on stage. Cliff loves drag, but he doesn't really want to perform. He's just kind of a fan. I feel like it's less of Flora's thing. She's more of a like gardening, walk through the woods, like wicker basket, like a handkerchief, tulip in a vase. I I don't know, I feel like she's like, she would watch it and be like, those are interesting people. But she's very, very happy to do anything to help out the system as a whole. And she loves like colorful art and stuff. She's literally like very, very takes a lot of traits from Pretty Cured. We have a couple members that we don't like talk about because they're like A, very deeply rooted in trauma, and B, like don't talk or like wouldn't ever post for any reason or ever be in anything. So like they wouldn't like it. Like they for sure, they would be like, literally, what is that? Get it away from me, like leave me alone, go away. I'm using the ColourPop Fade into Hue palette. This is my favorite palette of all time, and I'm going to cry my eyes out when I start like freaking actual, like there's several that I've hit pan on. When those puppies go, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, that's Lush. I'm gonna do lime green into purple because I'm wild and free. I should zoom in. Can you guys see anything I'm doing? So that is Designer on my inner corner, and I'm gonna go in with Selfie. That's something. That is something. I'm just going in with a white shadow from this random Too Faced palette to blend this into my concealer situation. And Punk Teletubby asks, will you guys be posting any videos of the drag show? We would love to see any. Really, really hopefully. We're trying to sort that out now. I need to ask and see if it's okay to like film the event with like a nice real juicy camera. And if so, then Stevie will be able to film it. And if not, then we're hoping to at least be able to film like our rehearsal that we're doing with our friends at a little dance studio. So hopefully there will be some evidence of it in some capacity. Whether it's even, someone will have an iPhone. Okay, there will be iPhone video for sure. Let's bang out some eyebrows. I'm just using this ColourPop Lippy pencil. Oh, that's like extra spiky. I like it. I know it's sisters not twins, but I'd like them to at least like know each other. This is Urban Decay Heavy Metal. I've been using this product like my whole YouTube life. I've recommended this like probably back in like 2016. God Loves Goths asks, I'm a system who also does drag. I started doing drag before I found my system, and in hindsight, it was definitely a way to express some of my alter's personality / interests before we had other outlets. Were you drawn towards drag / alter egos before your dragignosis? Before your diagnosis? Also, do you see this as something you can use as a tool of self-expression and healing, or is it more of just a fun hobby that everyone in the system can choose to participate in if they want? Great questions. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely it is a tool of self-expression, 100,000,000%. We liked drag, we were fans of drag, and I think we always thought like, we'd be good at this. Cause like we were theater kids and like we do weird makeup and like I cosplayed. The cosplay to drag queen pipeline, it can be quite swift. As well as like I went to fashion school, so I was always kind of like, I've accidentally been training to like be a drag queen my whole life. For alter egos, not really. And I was thinking about this while I brewed my coffee. I thought over this question and I thought it was really, really great point. Before my diagnosis, my experience in life was definitely always trying to operate and be this shining, rainbow, positive, warm person. I really, really, really value being kind. I really, really, like, one of my favorite things to ever hear is people say that, like, you are so sweet, or you are so kind, or you are so nice. So whenever I would get feelings from Jer, which are not so warm and fuzzy, I really felt like it was something that I had to suppress and hide. And I thought this was just borderline personality disorder, like having really, really severe, like, self-harm and negative, like, self-talk tendencies, whatever. So it's not like I was being untruthful, I also have a really huge, severe fear of lying or telling a mistruth, even by accident. I have a major fear of this. I've had it ever since I was really, really young. I remember being on the bus one day and I was like telling my friend a story of something that happened that day, and I like literally accidentally think I exaggerated like 30 minutes from 15 minutes or something, and then I spent the rest of the bus ride being like, no, actually, I think it was from 2 to 14, and I think it was like literally being so worried that I would ever even exaggerate that I like went like so severely afraid of lying. And I knew that all those warm, fuzzy feelings I felt were very real, but so were the lingering past traumas and PTSD stuff, you know? They are both parts of me. And yeah, before diagnosis, I was just trying to be Pixie. I was trying to be bright and bubbly and warm and kind. I think I accidentally really suppressed, like, let alone fashion-wise, but like full identity. Like, I really thought that Jer was like my negative BPD traits, and I was like kind of trying to exterminate them. So I feel like, yeah, before diagnosis I would have been deathly afraid of having an alter ego or anything that wasn't like the Pixie Locks brand. I'm like very protective of my art, and I really want everything that I put out in the world to be like my perfect rainbow vision. Every corner of every frame, of every thumbnail, of every Instagram post, of everything I want to be rainbow and bright and sparkly and artisanal and unique and like, whoa, what's that? And I think in my desperate aim to be the most perfect Pixie Locks rainbow form I could be, I kind of shoved down everything that now we are expressing with this drag persona, Villainy Swells. So, I don't even think I realized any of this until you asked this question, so like, thank you. And I need to like talk to Jer, cause like, holy I think this is really gonna help him feel like a person again, and not like a negative like stain to be hidden, you know, to actually be celebrated for being like an emotional, vibrant punk youth. Okay, I need to pay attention to my eyeliner because this is horrific. So yeah, no, I was not drawn to alter egos because I wanted everything to be perfect Pixie Locks, and anything that slightly derived from it would mean I wasn't the rainbow girl anymore, and I had to be the perfect rainbow girl. I had to be the most rainbow girl of all. So I did not like alter egos. I liked drag, but I wasn't really like serious about like doing it anytime soon. I was like, I'm a fashion designer, mama, and absolutely tool of healing, and like majorly like Jer needs his thing. Like, he's around almost as much as I am, and he deserves to have like an outlet and a thing that's his. So yeah, thank you for that question. Sorry that I talked for like straight up 15 minutes. I did my other eye, and then I did mascara, and then I got a glob here, and then I tried to erase it. White liner is next. This is the NYX Epic Wear in white. Carly Quintel asks, do you still use certain emojis to show who in the system is present? Just wondering. Yes, not perfectly consistently. Like, if I think something is obvious that it's me, I won't put my rainbow all the time, especially if it's just like a reply. Same with on Jer's account. If Jer is on his account and it seems kind of obviously his tone, he won't always put his little snake. If it's Jax or Veronica, they always will because they don't front as much. It's also pretty common for DID or OSDD systems to experience situations where they don't really know who they are, they don't know who's fronting, or it's like a blended mess, and it's just like, if I try and go inside my brain and ask who's around, I'm gonna get into a tangle of trouble. Merkwood asks, what would be Villaony's lip sync assassination performance? Also, what kind of persona is Villainy? Comedy, camp, dance, etc. Ooh, that's a fun question. Villainy is definitely fashion and dance and like makeup. Mostly about the fashion and the music, like the music choice. We want to do a lot of stuff. This first show, it is all ages, so it has to be like no swear words and like nothing too sexual. That took a lot of stuff off the table. What would Villainese lip sync assassination song be? Probably like a really fierce Will Wood song. We wanted to do Front Street by Will Wood for this show, but it is, yeah, we were like, I think that's a little not family friendly. Oh, it like got in my crease and did a thing. Okay. I don't like that, but I have to do it on the other side now. Time for the nose highlight. I'll do a flower on my schnoz. I think I'm gonna be wearing a mask, so it's gonna get immediately destroyed, but that's not gonna stop me from putting a frickin' daisy on my frickin' schnoz, you know? Yay! Let's get a lip and a lash and let's take out the trash. These are my favorite makeup product I have ever gotten. This is the same singular pair of lashes I've been wearing since I got this and showed it the first time. Well, there is my face for today, you guys. I wanted just to do a fun little proper makeup walkthrough, actually show you guys how I do it in this video all about drag and DID. Thank you so much for all your wonderful questions. They were super, super great. This video's Speech Confetti Club member is StrawbMilk1 on Twitter, who did this really cute drawing of a still from my, is it the last video before this one? Yeah, reviewing my, or critiquing my old sewing from before fashion school. This is so cute. Ah, it's surged! I love it, I love it, I love it. Your art style is so cute. I love the lavender line art. Ooh. And the hair is like so very rainbow and pleasant and joyful. Oh, it's so cute. And you did see they did the little serging. They did little tiny white lines for the serging. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I love when I upload a video and there's like immediately like a little art and it's like literally I was like, I posted this like what, like 3 hours ago? Joyful, sweet. Thank you so much. And this video's Pixie Loves feature is this TikTok user, F.6x2. Okay, they don't need my help because like their follower count is like very popping. I just think you guys should see this because it's so friggin' cool. The first TikTok from this guy that I saw was like the most beautiful pastel Winnie the Pooh like friggin' sweater. So he goes and he thrifts secondhand like blankets and fuzzy things. He cuts up crochet, which is very badass and fearless. He does not have a fear in the world. And he like chops up granny square blankets and makes it into the coolest streetwear ever. I love his TikToks and the editing's really cool. So definitely a good one to add to your feed to get some daily fashion inspo, some upcycling, sustainable, slow fashion moments. I'm literally gonna like choke, I'm out of breath. Yes, very cool. Go check it out. Wee wah, wee wah, wee wah. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It was kind of part vlog, part voiceover, part Q&A. All good, I hope. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video, which is not this one because this one's over. Bye!